Thomas Hollywood Henderson played against the Pittsburgh Steelers in 2 Super Bowls during the 1970s. Henderson, a Pro Bowler and starting linebacker during Dallas' second Super Bowl matchup against the Steelers, was recently asked by 247 Sports which Pittsburgh playmaker the Cowboys were hell-bent on stopping heading into the game, a contest the Steelers won 35-31 while staking their claim as the decade's best team. The interviewer was offering Henderson several options: Terry Bradshaw, Franc, Lynn Swann, before Hollywood abruptly cut him off while providing the answer. John Stallworth, Henderson said. "We talked more about Stallworth. He was the stealth Steeler. He made a long play, a 75-yard touchdown that tied the score in the second quarter, that I took off on and I still hate myself for it. The thing is I blitzed and just kind of put my hands on my hips instead of hustling. I blame myself for not running down. I thought somebody was going to get him and that's always the wrong thing to do in the football game." Stallworth, who didn't play in the second half of Super Bowl XIII after sustaining an injury, caught 3 passes for 115 yards and 2 touchdowns in the first half while helping the Steelers take a 21-14 lead heading into intermission. Stallworth, who didn't become a starter until 1977, his 4th NFL season, jump-started the scoring with a 28-yard touchdown reception on Pittsburgh's first offensive possession. His 3rd and final catch of the game, his 75-yard touchdown that saw him break several tackles on his way to the end zone, helped the Steelers rebound after Henderson gave the Cowboys their only lead of the game just moments earlier. Henderson, who made headlines after saying that Bradshaw couldn't spell cat the week leading up to the game, forced a Bradshaw fumble that was returned for a touchdown by teammate Mike Hegman. Despite his team's best efforts, the Cowboys became the first defending champion to lose the Super Bowl. "All those little things made up for why the Steelers won that game," Henderson said. Little things. Swann, the MVP of Super Bowl X, picked up where Stallworth left off in Super Bowl XIII, as his 18-yard touchdown catch midway through the fourth quarter gave the Steelers a 35-17 lead. While he finished the game with 124 yards on 7 receptions, it was a catch that Swann didn't make that helped turn the game in Pittsburgh's favor. Minutes before his touchdown, with the Steelers nursing a 21-17 lead, Bradshaw floated a deep pass to Swann, who collided with Cowboys cornerback Benny Barnes before Bradshaw's pass hit the orange field turf, incomplete. The official closet to the play, however, deemed that Barnes had tripped Swann while awarding the Steelers 33 yards after calling pass interference on Barnes. "Did you ever notice how Bradshaw just threw the ball up in the air?" Henderson asked the interviewer. "He wasn't a very accurate thrower." Harris scored on a 22-yard touchdown run just moments later, a play that still doesn't sit well with Henderson. Harris's score was aided by Dallas safety Charlie Waters colliding with an official. With a clear lane in front of him, Harris wasn't touched as he gave the Steelers a 28-17 lead. On that play, Charlie had the right to tell me to chuck the tight end for him, because him and Cliff were playing games with Bradshaw. When Bradshaw saw me get over the tight end, I had Franco man-to-man on that play, but he wasn't throwing the ball to Franco, so we started to play some games with him. So when I went over to cover the tight end, Charlie was supposed to cover for me on any draw play up the me. See me, the difference between me and Charlie, the official would have had a concussion, because I wouldn't have FG slowed down. I wouldn't have said, "Pardon me, I need to get around and make this tackle, sir." On the ensuing kickoff, Randy White, the MVP of Super Bowl XII, fumbled Roy Durrella's squib kick. Pittsburgh didn't waste any time after receiving White's fumble, with Bradshaw hitting Swann for his 4th touchdown of the day. The Benny Barnes call, the Franco touchdown where Charlie Waters literally running into the official. Randy White fumbling with a cast on his arm, "Those balls don't bounce that way," or that call against Benny Barnes, or Charlie Waters tackles Franco. "It's a different game," Henderson said. "But how can you just not care that it was a great battle anyway? It was 60 minutes of back and forth and we tried to come back. It was just good American football." The Dallas Cowboys versus the Pittsburgh Steelers. It doesn't get any better than that. While Swan was the main reason why the Steelers won Super Bowl X, Henderson believes that Stallworth, despite missing the second half, was arguably the biggest reason why the Steelers defeated the Cowboys in Super Bowl XIII. And despite coming up short in each of his 3 meetings against Pittsburgh, Henderson would still put his Dallas teams up against any team in NFL history. Henderson, who said that he is still close with Joe Green and Mel Blount, still enjoys talking to Steelers from that era about their epic Super Bowl matchups. "I was just in Atlanta for an appearance and Rocky Bleier and I were at the same appearance for NFL alumni," Henderson said. "I always sort of have questions for those guys. I asked Rocky, y'all saw me intercept Rams quarterback Vince Ferragamo the week before Super Bowl XIII and I went 68 yards for a touchdown. Come on, tell me. Did Chuck Noll tell Terry, don't throw that ball near Henderson?" He said, "Absolutely, and that's the fun of it. To sit around guys, and drink iced tea, we exaggerate, we lie, we tell stories. But it's nice to walk up a guy and just ask him a question that you sort of already know the answer to. Why didn't you throw towards me?" he said. "Durr. We didn't want to throw towards you." While the Steelers may have tried to avoid throwing Henderson's way, Bradshaw had plenty of success throwing away from Hollywood while setting then Super Bowl records with 318 yards and 4 touchdowns and earning the first of his consecutive Super Bowl MVP awards. "He beat our ass twice," Henderson said of Bradshaw. "Let's put it this way. I've had my time making fun of Terry. Terry has 4 Super Bowl rings. He had a great cast, he had a great defense, he had a great coach, so he's one of the great ones. He's got him on his fingers. So all the people that are putting stats in and all that kind of crap, Terry Bradshaw was a great quarterback. Noll probably didn't treat him so nice. But no, I would never say that again. He's got 4 rings to prove that he did something good."